Boot up, body, dood up. Dood up, body, dood up. Dood up, body, dood up. Da 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 da. What's good, y'all? You already know who it is. It's your boy Macaball Games, Master of None, and I need to wipe off my camera because it makes me look bad. I hope everybody's doing well today. There we go. Now I look like I actually got some sense or some color or whatever you want to call it. I am cold. Appreciate y'all for coming through. You already know who it is. And today we're doing another Max interviews. We're interviewing Big Tex. It is also more shit on my fucking screen. Apologies. There we go. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm cold, as you can tell. I am freezing. While I was outside, it started snowing and stuff, and now it's cold. So that's nice. I've only been home for a lot, like Baby and Manny Fresh. Man, I feel like I'm outside doing interviews, like a weather reporter is outside, just like, here you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's always fun. So, but appreciate you coming through, J-Rock. I hope you're doing well today. J-Rock, when we doing an interview, my boy? That's the real question. Thank you, Mac, for coming through. Appreciate y'all. I am tired. I actually just woke up from a nap. So, yeah. And just to remind everybody, not to toot my own horn, but I started at 6, and we are waiting for Tex. I guess I have to check and make sure that he still knows that his interview is today. Because he may have forgotten. Let's see. Where is Big Text in my thing? When I get a cam and other things, you ain't got a phone? Because you're using a phone. You don't have a phone with a camera? You could also use IG Live on your you can also use IG Live on your computer. I was going to use IG Live on my computer. I just had. Nah, I don't make excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses, Tex. No excuses. No excuses. It's like I'm always late. That's excuses. I want to hear it. Man, is this your cover? I'm about to say. What's good, Big Tex? How we doing, bro?
What's up, man?
Welcome.
I'm not looking forward to this, Matt.
Why? Why are you scared?
I ain't say I was scared. I just know it's gonna be some bullshit. That's all.
There's definitely not bullshit. It's just simple questions with simple answers. That's it. You ain't gotta do nothing special. I'm not here to ask you, how many women you were fucking 2 days ago, or how many babies you got in the cut, or did you get a vasectomy or something. All we asking is strictly content creation questions. But you wouldn't know anything about that because you haven't been streaming, and we gonna have to change that today, tomorrow, the day that you said you was gonna change it. That's all. I'm just saying.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Supposed to be. But it might get changed because I ain't know John Wick 4 was coming down next Saturday, so it might get changed up.
Now, John Wick comes out on Thursday night. So, you could get to see it earlier than that.
Nah, probably not.
Tell your job to suck dick.
Hold on, say that again.
I said tell your job to suck dick.
I mean, I'm gonna be off that day. I'm gonna be off. So that ain't gonna be the issue.
All right. Well, I'm not bullying him, DJ. He said he was going to be late. Welcome in, James. Appreciate you. He said he wasn't going to be late. He said this several times. And he was late. He was like 3 minutes late. It's like 6:05.
I was sitting here at 5 o'clock waiting on you.
5?
So I just said, yeah, I'm sitting here at 5. Yeah.
6.
Well, it's 5.
6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, exactly. I started at 5. I started at 6 rather. I was at 6 o'clock. How many times how much we been streaming? We've been streaming for 5 minutes and 13 seconds. You know how long that is? I'm on time, fella. So I don't know who you were waiting for. Anyways, enough about the time and lateness. Y'all already know
Yeah.
what it is. If you have a question for Big Tex, please do drop your question mark in the message bubble below. You said his display? Because he got to get through these long nights.
James, don't know what you're talking about.
You got a shrine to the fireball. I'm just saying.
Bruh. Okay.
All right. You put them on the floor, Big Tex. How many more is on the floor? Show us your floor. How many more on the floor right there? Exactly. Anyways, first question of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the name Big Tex come from?
Ooh, man. I want to say I asked this on either my stream or somebody else's, but Big Tex is a combination of my childhood nickname and where I'm originally from in Texas. 830 is the area code. Texas is where I was born at, and Big comes from my childhood nickname, which I'm not going to say.
So you're just going to leave it out?
Well, I got it on my ring, but I'm not. It's Big Daddy. Big Daddy was my name growing up. I've had that name since 7th grade. So I just came with something original, and I put it on my class ring. My mom was not happy about that shit. She did not like that at all. She said, "Are you really going to put this on your class ring?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am." And here it is. Yeah, she didn't like that. But I wasn't going to have people on Twitch calling me Big Daddy. I wasn't going to have a grown man calling me that. That just wasn't going to happen. So I had to switch it up.
Well, at least you have and know your own origin story, unlike a couple of other people. Can I say the government on here? What?
No, you cannot say the government on here. Hey, no stupid ass question like that. Don't you put my government out there?
Derek, you know what to put your questions. Your questions go in the question box with the message bubble. Anyways, all right, Big Daddy.
I can't.
I never finished any of my schooling, so I never got like a class ring and all this other stuff. I feel like that's something Texans do, maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna touch on that. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from there, but I grew up here in Mississippi. So.
Okay.
But everybody does it, but to me, honestly, it's overrated as hell. And it's very costly because you sitting there paying all that money for shit, you're not gonna use it all. It just pretty much who got the biggest and baddest gift package or whatever to say they got X, Y, and Z. That shit's irrelevant. As long as your mama got that cap and gown picture and your diploma on the wall, that's all that matters.
Facts. Why I got a question in the message box? If you're gonna ask me the question, just put it in the question box. Ugh. Oh, we're spitting and shit. God,
put it in there.
God damn it. Anyways, well, so you're saying you are in Mississippi, but you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I always thought you just lived in Texas this entire time.
No, I have to clarify that all the time. Everybody like, oh, Big Tex, oh, you from Texas? Something like that. Originally, yes, but I don't live there now at all. So I do go back.
Do you miss it?
Oh,
you said the question.
Yeah, I do miss it.
You said your question bubble not working. Well, I mean, look, I'm not. I mean, in fact, you're gonna have to wait for the question. I'm just gonna have to stick here for the entire time. I don't know why it's not working. That's IG's fault. But if you have a question, stick around for another hour, and then I'll answer your question. Anyways, you were saying about missing it.
Yeah, I do miss. I mean, there's way more shit to do. Jobs pay hella way better. There's more shit to do, better food. It's just a better atmosphere than being here in the shitty ass Mississippi. It's just boring as hell around here. You got to drive hours to do any fucking thing. Where in Texas, you ain't got to go far to have a good time. So
okay, he coming back to Texas, y'all.
I ain't telling y'all when. Here for the past 3 or 4 years, I've been going back every year around November. So around my birthday, I go back.
Okay.
Yeah, cause
All right, that's cool.
yeah.
Sorry, let me adjust this a little bit more. All right, there we go. Sort of, kind of. All right, next question. What kind of games are you into?
Shooters, racers, fighters. Every now and then I'll play a horror game, but 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see me on the shooter. 9 times out of 10, I'll be shooting somebody.
Mm.
That's my go-to.
More horror. We need more horror text.
No,
Gotta
you
get
do
something to flip
not.
your hat off. We gotta see what's under there.
Some good hair. That's all.
Some good hair. Some
That's
good
it.
hair.
But I ain't had no haircut, so I'm not taking off the hat. I ain't having. I don't want to see my curls back here. I ain't having.
I feel it. I do think
Horror games. That's mainly for the community because they love seeing. Because before I started streaming, I didn't have a cam, so I was playing 5 nights. They can hear me screaming my ass off, dying over there. But now they get to see it, so now I do that for them. It's only for them. Other than that, I'm not playing a horror game like that. Y'all got me last time with them clips and shit. It'll be a while.
that's how you got to do it, especially for the community. The community loves you to be scared. They want you in your weakest moments.
I can't die for them. I get to them every blue moon. It's only for redemption. You got to redeem it for me to do it.
That's tragic. So since shooters and racers, and I'm not going to do horrors apparently. What would you say was your top 3 favorite games in your childhood, or your top 3 games now?
Halo, Ghost Recon, and I gotta say Tekken. Those my top 3 growing
up. So do you have an Xbox?
Yeah, it's sitting right next to me. I don't touch it no more, but it's sitting right here. I got an Xbox and a PlayStation. I was on PlayStation ever since junior high. Or right before junior high school. I saved the house and burned it down, so mom bought me an Xbox, and I've been on Xbox ever since. And then, about the last 4 years, nobody I knew, none of my friends, my brother, nobody wanted to get an Xbox, and I had to switch over to PlayStation. So,
damn. I mean, you still could play with people that's on PC, depending on the game. You know, I was playing Halo, whatever the newest Halo was, at one point. It was free. I think it's still free. Infinite. Halo Infinite,
yeah,
right?
It is still free. Yeah.
Have you played that?
Have not touched it yet. My Xbox is just sitting here collecting dust. But I have. I just haven't turned it on. Everybody's on PlayStation.
I mean, that's like I said. There's still people who are able to play. I mean, you can still play Halo Infinite. I could have swore that Dark was playing Halo Infinite at one point. He was. I don't remember how.
I'm going to ask him how he was doing that.
You know, I played Halo Infinite on my PC. I couldn't play anything after that because that game broke my computer basically, or it broke itself, and I just never was able to get into a game. You know, everybody else is playing the game, and I'm sitting there watching them. That wasn't fun.
Dang.
So, which Halo are you saying that was your favorite?
My favorite has to be ODST and Reach. They were my most favorite Halo games, and Reach was pretty traumatic. It was real saddening because nobody on Reach at the end of that game lived. So it was kind of tough watching the end of that one.
I don't like a lot of things that's like, oh, let's kill everybody. Did it matter in the end? Just as from somebody that did not play that game.
I mean, yeah, they mattered. Just their survival rate was shitty, so they pretty much sacrificed themselves for others, basically. So it was kind of like it was an okay ending. Kind of fucked up, but it was still good.
So why is Mass Effect not a part of your top 3?
Because I didn't start playing Mass Effect until some years back. I played that game maybe 10 years ago with Mass Effect 2, which I like it, but I wouldn't. It's not in my top 3, but it's in my top 5. I like it because it's pretty much like I'm directing a damn movie, basically, with all the cutscenes and the decisions you make. Literally carries out throughout the rest of the game, and there's no going back.
Right.
So it's pretty much like I'm directing a movie with small little action scenes here and there, but it's mainly a damn story that I'm directing. It's not the game. Like, hey, go to this checkpoint, this is what happens. No, I decide what goes on from this point to the next point. So I have more control over it. So I'm like, okay, cool, I like this. Because me, I don't like reading. I'm going to keep the whole book with you. I don't like reading. But I got into it. I couldn't put it down. If I can put myself in the shoes of the character that I'm playing and immerse myself into it, I can't put the game down. I'm stuck with it. I got to finish it. So if a game doesn't gravitate to me like that, that shit gets put on one of these shelves over here, and it's never going to get touched again.
So you're not gonna sell it or anything or pawn it off? You're just gonna keep it?
At one point I might go back to it if I ain't got shit else to do. I'm just bored. Okay, I'll play this, and other than that, but no, if I paid for it, I ain't gonna give it to nobody else. It's just I'm not in the interest to play it right now.
I feel that. So would that mean that with that type of game like Mass Effect, would you have been interested in the Quantic Dreams, dream games like Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain and all that?
Heavy Rain, I played a little bit of that some years ago. It didn't pique my interest a whole lot, but the other one that you just mentioned, I've never heard of that game.
Detroit Become Human. You should look it up to try it out. It's basically, how do I explain that game? Okay, androids that become sentient and are trying to win their freedom from their human capturers, I guess. I'm not trying to spoil the whole thing, but yeah, basically that. It's pretty good. You play as 3 different characters. They're all androids, and they all have different aspects of, the entire story. One is a cop, one is a housemaid, and one is a servant to this dude, this artist dude. But a lot of stuff happens, and the 2 of them are. Well, it really depends on what you're trying to do, because you can make them kill people or you can make them not kill people. And all this stuff ends up, trying to figure out what your decision is at the end of the game, whether you are passive, aggressive, passive, or aggressive. Yeah, passive, aggressive, or aggressive. It's a good game, I think, in terms of story. I got the one black guy killed in that game and I never went back. That was one of my worst moments because he was the only black guy that you really cared about at the end of the game. And he didn't have to die, but that's cool. It's whatever. You should try that out. Okay. I think in terms of story based, Mass Effect and that will be different. But I never played Heavy Rain myself because I just know the ending of the Heavy Rain. So I just and when you know the ending of these types of games, especially when they're story based, we kind of ruin the experience of what happens at the end. I think for Heavy Rain had an automatic linear type of ending compared to Detroit Become Human, which had 3 different endings, maybe 4. I'm not really sure how many endings it had, but every character had a different ending. One character, your characters could die much earlier than they're supposed to, because all the characters are supposed to live in the end, quote unquote. But you can have them; they can end up getting fucked up. My sister, I didn't get the bad ending, quote unquote, but my sister, I watched her play it after I had finished, and one of her characters was they got melted, and I was just damn. It was very emotional. I was damn, how did you do this? It's I just wanted to do this. So, but that's a good game for story based. But I know you said you don't like reading, but you don't have to read because they talk. Well, except for the parts where you have to choose the option and shit. But I don't like reading either. That's why I don't like a lot of what's those dating sims and all that good stuff.
Oh no.
I wouldn't say I don't like them particularly. It's just a lot of reading. Some RPG dating sims, RPGs like that don't make me happy. Okay. What made you want to start your content creation journey?
Oh, shit. Where do we begin with that one?
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in the day trying to kill time. I'd be on YouTube and watching all these other folks. I'm like, man, this somebody's making money off this. I'm like, I could probably do that shit one day, but I never really just dove into it. Just started watching a lot of people. Then all of a sudden I found Mixer. It's okay, I'll give it a shot. I tried out. That shit did not last long at all. I'm like, the hell with this shit. Then Twitch came out. Got on Twitch, but I wasn't streaming yet. My buddy, he's like, hey, I'm going to get on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming. I said, okay, I'll check you out. I said, okay, I can see myself doing this. Then soon he said that you can make money from it. Yeah, I think I'll give this shit a real legit shot. Cause it was like I'll start something then stop. I'm like, I'm going to stick with it and see how it goes, see if I like it. This is some hard work. It takes a lot of dedication and consistency. And there's a lot that goes into it. It's more than just turning the game on, turn the camera on, and say, go. So I'm like, dang. But that's what made me get into it. I was watching people like the Real 85 when he does with this RP simulation animation that he does with GTA and stuff like that. Watching the Rad Brad, which was the main reason that's really got me into it. I was like, okay, this man's literally playing the game, giving me his honest, unbiased opinion. That way I can see how the game is, get feedback from him, see if something I actually want to play. Now I watch him play the whole entire game all the way through, spoilers and all. I'm like, okay, he's really talking throughout the whole thing. My thing is I can't sit and talk that damn long. He talks the entire fucking time. Like, dude, hush. But it's very enjoyable. I'm like, I'm getting a first-hand look at the game. I said, okay, I can see myself doing this. So that's what made me do it. But I fell off here, like you point out a lot, sir.
Yep. I will keep doing it until we get some more big tech streams.
But it ain't my fault that your shit randomly picks the same damn clip every time. Same damn clip, religiously.
Hey.
But that's what made me get into it. I was like, I can see myself actually doing this because it's something that I already like doing in my spare time anyway. Why not make content with it? So I said, hey, give me something else to do. Give me a little outlet or whatever. And also, it allows me to meet people I would have never met in my normal everyday life at all. Make a whole bunch of connections.
Right. Okay. Before I go into my next question, I was telling this to, I forgot who I was telling it to. I'm pretty sure I talked to a lot of people about it, but I don't know. I think it was TB. I'm not sure, but we were talking about Rad Brad. It was either TB or somebody else. Damn, I forgot. I don't remember who it was right now. So many interviews, but we were discussing Rad Brad, and we were talking about how how we just couldn't afford games at the time, and that's really why we usually just watched his ass in complete walks of his things. But I've never seen Rad Brad stream, and I think not having to stream gives you the ability to make videos like he does to that point where you can talk the entire time, because you don't technically have to sit there and talk while you're playing. You can literally dub your own video, and that's probably what helps him to make his stuff. But I haven't watched him in a long time because I didn't need to, because I can afford, quote unquote, the games that I want to play now, you know. And that's really why I went over there to do that and to watch him. You know, when he played Dead Space and all these other games that I was interested in, it was just like, man, I will probably never play this game, so let me watch this specific person. You know, I didn't have anybody else that I really cared to watch at the time. You know, I don't even think Minecraft was a thing. It wasn't a thing when I was young, when I was watching his ass. So as my siblings are now watching a lot of Minecraft videos for some reason, you know, they could be watching Rad Brad or anybody else, or Corey Kenshin and all these other people that I'd never watched a video before. But that gets me into the whole meat and potatoes things, that when you stream, there's always going to be a lot, and you're always going to have a lot of pressure put on you from yourself, really, because a lot of people can't stream because of work, or they don't just have a lot of time, or there was some type of uh, um, messed up error with OBS. There's always some type of situation happening, and if you don't get over that part, you're never going to be able to be successful as a streamer. And a lot of bigger streamers, bigger YouTubers and stuff like that, they got money. They got the money to do all these things that we want to do. And that means they got better equipment. They got people editing and doing all this stuff for them. Like, I don't think that I think a lot of people are, what is the word? Not disappointed, but they are, I forgot the word. Whatever it is. They just they lose hope on trying to make content because of what they see other people doing. But I'm just like, at the same time, these people have a lot more equipment, experience, and a lot more other people in their corner than you do right now. You are a one-man army. You know what I'm saying? You have to do all the editing, all the filming, all of this and that, and this and other. You got to pay bills on top of that, too, so you can have all this good stuff. You got to have the energy. And, when you do all these things, working 9 to 5, that gets kind of disappointing. And, the aspect of making money on Twitch is good, but why would people pay you specifically when they could give Kai Cenat another 250,333 sub on his thing? Which I think I talked about this with somebody else, but I've never watched any of his streams. But I don't know what his content is specifically. I feel like he's a variety streamer. He does play games, but when I say variety streamer, I mean he does a lot more than just different games. There's interviews, there's just hanging out with people and all this other stuff, and people come for that. But at the same time, he created a push for subs so hard that people that didn't even know about him decided to put a $5 sub into that thing because they wanted to be a part of that history. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to do something like that, to control the pockets of people, is crazy. Even I was like, man, maybe I should be over here trying to give Kai Cenat another $5 for a sub, bro. Help him out a little bit. What is he giving back? In that sense, welcome in. But that isn't to downplay his success. His success is not my success. He got something that we don't have, and we're still trying to grow in that type of brand. What he is, it's the same lane as Speed. They're all known for a certain characteristic of blackness. That's what I'll say. It's a certain characteristic of blackness that attracts the wallets of people. People want to see you wilding out. People want to see you act crazy as a black man. There's not a lot of people that are just, chill and relaxed streamers. If I was to say, compare to anybody that I see that beat like that, would be Corey Kenshin. But what I've seen, he's a pretty chill kind of dude, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, oh, he's pretty cool, he does this and that. But yeah, like I said, when it comes down to doing the streaming thing and just starting off, the money is always attractive, but the effort is the one thing that no one can see. We always see the final product. So at the end of the day, we just need to work on building that brand. Excuse me. While I clean off my glasses, going into my next question, who are your top 3 creators, content creators, streamers, YouTubers, whatever, and how have they inspired your content?
The Rad Brad, Arctic Kicks, and It's Real 85. And Rad Brad, basically, as far as like just for me to push through a game and give opinions here and there on it, like give my honest feedback on the game I've never played. That way it makes help somebody else like, hey, this is something I want to play, or hey, this ain't waste. I would think about getting it, but after watching this and listening to it, it's a waste of time. I'm not gonna waste my money on that. And AOK, aka Art of Kicks, based out of Atlanta, real interesting guy. Like he can sit there and have deep conversations with his chat. And he does a lot of reactive videos and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I can. That helps me engage with my chat more. And this real 85 that just helps me come up with funniest shit that I can do on my stream, like either giving commentaries on what I'm actually playing, make people laugh here and there, stuff like this. So I pull a lot from different other those type of people. So
Okay.
okay, he has a real great personality. Like he does it like it's like no, he just sits there and just talks like it ain't nothing. Like I can't do that. It's hard.
I agree. I think for me, it's not hard to talk, but it's hard to talk to yourself.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
the main thing.
That's it. I appreciate friends of Big Tex is friends of mine. Y'all need to get on y'all shit though to make sure he's never late because he's late for this interview. Anyways,
Wow.
but I think I think there's, and I said this to somebody, I forgot who it was, to grab inspiration from people, to not to steal their stuff or whatever, but to be inspired by it to create your own things is always one of them. There's just something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like what is that guy named Keith Lee? You know who Keith Lee is? You got TikTok, right? God damn it.
But I don't really use it like that.
All right, Tex. All right, so Keith Lee is this black dude that used to be a UFC fighter or boxer, something other. I don't remember who he was. He was something. He was in that, and he became a food critic. He's very popular on TikTok. He's a black man, just so I'll let you know. So you can root for his success. You know, I don't know how you Mississippi people don't do it down there, but he's a black man. He raised people food, and a lot of his ratings have gotten businesses to a lot of stores that was, thank you, a lot of stores that were either really closing down basically or no type of business at all. He makes a review, thousands of people go into that place. They, next day, whenever his video posts, people are down there right away. But a lot of people not remix his stuff, but they'll make a little funny video or a stitch or something based upon his videos. And it'll be funny or it won't be funny. But they all know that he's a great person. He has a family. He's, making sure that people are, whose businesses are, if they're shit, he'll tell them that they're shit. But he won't say that. But usually he'll, rate their foods and all this other stuff. He'll tell you like what it was on the menu that was the best and, what was the worst, stuff like that. But his overall impact of the food industry and as a whole is probably something you probably might end up seeing him on TV or something like that, in my opinion. But a lot of people are inspired by his videos, is my thing. And using that concept that he does, there's another dude I just saw that does this a similar thing. But obviously there's food critics on the internet, but there's just a specific way that he does it that people are inspired by to make it their own way. You know what I'm saying? So that goes the same thing for streamers and all this other stuff. When we watch people and we're inspired by them, we want what they have, want to do what they do, but we don't really know how to do it or how to get to that point. And even with talking, I can talk. That's perfectly fine. It just depends on the conversation and what we're talking about, because my knowledge is limited. And I told this to the last person I interviewed, I think it was TB. Excuse me. One of the biggest and advice that one of the best advice I've heard on TikTok was to know about the game you're playing specifically, to know a lot about it, something that you enjoy and love, just to be able to talk about it with someone that may never have seen the game or someone that really enjoys the game as well. You know what I'm saying? So Halo or Tekken or Ghost Recon, being able to be like, yeah, back in 2002. I don't know when the first Halo came out. I don't remember. Was it 2001? When did the first Xbox come out? Whatever. It was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
It was.
That's 20 years ago.
It wasn't in the 90s, but it was in the early 2000s. So it had to be like 2001 or something, or 2002, 2004. Might have been 2004. But back in 2004, when I was playing Halo and all this other stuff, blah, 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 it was a great time. I had the big old Duke Xbox controller, that heavy, big-ass shit for no fucking reason because they wanted to be different. But, it fit really good in my hands. Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bullet. Appreciate it. So, yeah, 2001. All of that. And like, oh, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to do that as well, blah, blah, blah. It helps you to, it helps you connect with the community. I can't do that because a lot of the games I play isn't single player. I be playing multiplayer games, and people be trying to ask me questions like, "Yo, Mac, what's your blood pressure?" Like, I don't know. Why are you asking this question right now? I try my best to try not to do that, but when you play a multiplayer game and you trying to chat with chat, it's kind of hard. And you trying to play Call of Duty and people trying to talk to you trying to get a win, and everybody's like, "Yo, Big Tex, what's under that cap?" You know what I'm saying? So
they'll never know.
So it's kind of difficult, but get your inspiration, find out how to make things work for you. And it's not tough to talk. It's just talk in general. Just like, let people know what you love, especially with the game, whatever the game is, what you hate about the game. And that's the whole conversation there. Conversation doesn't stop. I hate conversations in real life that stops. And I hate one-worded answers. And that's just outside of, streaming. So, yeah, that's really what I wanted to say there. I didn't finish anything, but moving on. What goals do you want to accomplish this year for your content? Like streaming?
Say what?
What? I didn't say nothing.
Like streaming?
Nah.
Is that what you said? No. Honestly, this year I want to get me a PC because I finally want to be able to use this Elgato capture card that I've had for going on 3 years now. Ain't used it yet. And before you give me that shit, I bought it. I can't use it with a laptop, but every laptop that I have, it has either or, so it's not going to work. The last laptop I had, it didn't have a USB port 3.0 on there, so I couldn't use it with that. Got another laptop with the USB port 3.0 on there, but it's not supported. The Elgato is not supported by it because it's a Chromebook. I didn't pay that much attention. I just saw 3.0. Okay, give me that right there. I was like, damn. So I said, instead of wasting money on another laptop, I said, I'm just going to go ahead and just break down, join everybody else, and get me a damn PC. I don't want to go to a monitor, but I guess I'm going to have to make that transition. So that's one thing I want to be able to do because there's a lot of ideas that I want to do that I can't do because I don't have the software and the equipment to actually pull the stuff on. So I have actually got to go through other content creators to like, hey, you want to go in on this idea with me because you have the tools that I need to pull this off with this. So I got to do a lot of collaborations. I'm like, I want pretty much sole credit for it if I can get it. So that's my main goal. If anything else, is to get me a PC for this year. That's the main.
Okay.
Main thing.
Well, when you start streaming, you need to put a good old donation box at the top that says Big Tex PC Fund. Get you started.
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull that part off. See, I stream straight from console, so I'm limited as to what I can do as far as shit for Twitch on my laptop. Unless I just put it in the title.
You can do that. If you open your Twitch, what is it? You should be able to do it. I think if you open your Twitch, there should be a thing for your box whenever you stream on your actual Twitch channel. That's what I use.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if you have the OBS. But yeah, whenever I have my follower goal, that's strictly from Twitch itself. I don't use anything else. Yeah, but I need to fix that too. Just unlimited. Fuck. Anyways, okay. I hope you get your PC. There's a lot of people in the
Yeah.
OnlyFans specifically that needs a PC, because
Got the name drop.
you know this.
Hurt.
I mean, you guys got PS5s and
Who?
Xbox. You ain't got a PS5?
No. I wish I did, but no, I don't. I still got the store. And I got the first gen Xbox One.
First gen Xbox One. I feel you.
Yep.
I also have both of those. I have used my PS4 in a while, and I haven't. My Xbox is broken because good old siblings. Okay, well, maybe you'll increase your shit to get a PS5, but in terms of like the whole PC thing, like I said, I hope that you're able to do it because there's a lot of things that you can do on PC with people that are not just on PS5 and Xbox and all this other stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you got a Chromebook. I know that shit was like $200 and your ass is happy as fuck. Like,
Cool. All I knew, I saw 3.0 USB port. Like, cool. I saw that price. Let me get that up off me. I got home. I was like, hell yeah, plug that shit up. I was going through the whole process. That shit said this shit is not support. I'm like,
yeah.
at least I got a new laptop. It will. Because I wasn't
Well,
going to drive 45 minutes back to Walmart to take it back. So I wasn't doing that. So I'm stuck with it.
If you bought it, you gonna keep it. You ain't giving it to nobody else.
Mm-mm. Nah, the only reason I haven't gotten a PC because I hear people talking about get the ones that's already built, or they say you just build your own. But I'm like, I don't really know exactly what all I need to build it. I know like the basics, but like when they go into in depth like RAMs and all that, I'm like talking Chinese at that point. They say, well, build it to what you want it to do. I just want to stream and use OBS. I don't know what else to do. I'm like, so I know Mr. James BMX, he was helping me out, but he was looking at that shit, trying to get down as cheap as it was still above my price range. I'm not spending an arm and a leg for a PC. I don't know if it's easy to get one that's already built and just upgrade it as I go along, or just go ahead and build one from scratch. So I don't know.
I mean, it really depends. I feel like an already built PC is good. I mean, I built mine, but I need more RAM and I want a better graphics card and all this other stuff. That's cost money. But there's a couple of, I mean, if you ain't worried about financing and stuff, this is a bunch of those types of things. But getting the best PC that you can, excuse me, are you gonna give him the money for it, Calvin? That's the question. He don't need you to give him the part list. He needs you to get the money. Anyways, he broke. I'm just kidding. He ain't broke. He just don't feel like spending all that money for a PC, which I understand. My PC costs like $1,000.
But see, that's not bad though. That's pretty much my price range that I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay either 1,000 or below, or a little bit over 1,000. I'm not paying no more than $1,200 for the PC. So I don't want to spend no more than $1,200.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. My shit was like, I think it was like 1,000. So it was definitely between $1,200. But I paid for all my parts over time, most of it, and yeah, it works for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So we here. Like I said, there's a lot of people that need PC in the OnlyFans, and they be struggling, and we trying to get to there. Let me get this list made. All right, Calvin. Not you telling the DM. You DM Calvin. About to call you Almond. Welcome in, Phoenix, because I know that hello from anybody. But yeah, DM him. He DM him. DM him.
Okay.
Yes. Welcome in, Callis. Yeah. I don't know why you gotta do it the other way around. You know, Big Tex ain't gonna walk out the door. He can't even stream right away. Anyways, what about content creation has been the most positive for you, and what has been the most negative so far?
The most positive has been the networking and the connections I've made with streamers and people that I would have never met in my everyday life. Like, take you guys for instance. I don't know y'all from Adam. If it wasn't for Twitch, I'd have never knew you guys existed ever. And y'all are the coolest people I've met on Twitch so far. So Positives is pretty much like the networking connections and friendships I made here and collaborating. But my negatives aren't really. I would like y'all been doing a lot more than me. Like y'all was here like when all the bad shit was happening on Twitch. I didn't have to deal with it as much. So for me, my negatives would be like pretty much like viewer retention. Because when I first started out, nobody really told me this, not to do this, but that sub for sub shit or that subscribe for subscribe shit or whatever. The Boston Pop, that's what it is. I felt trapped to that shit heavy. So like, you got a lot of followers, but when you go to stream, maybe 5% of the people who actually you did that follow for actually are going to show up, and they probably not gonna return, because they pretty much just wanted something out of you, and they got they wanted on to the next one. If it wasn't that, it's pretty much was like internet issues. I live like in the middle of nowhere, so that made it hard, and pretty much finding the time outside of work to actually dedicate to streaming and trying not to play the same damn game over and over, whether I like it or not. Everybody's like, okay, I know that he loves to play this kind of game. Every time he streams, he's playing the same damn game over and over and over. So trying to keep up with new ideas, new games to play, new ideas, stuff like that. So those have been my negatives. The internet has been the biggest one for the most part. My shit is boosted as high as it's gonna go, and it still shows its ass here and there.
That's why we move into Texas. Anyways,
yes.
I mean, when I had like really shitty internet, I didn't live here, but when I lived in Louisiana, I lived in the shittiest area. I was trying to play. I had such bad internet that I had to play offline for the entire time I was in Louisiana. Basically, it was just that bad. I'd be trying to play GTA, and it was just like, GTA. What are you trying to do here? And it was terrible. I would never ever again. I had to pay for AT&T at the time, and it wasn't bad. When I got that, when I upgraded the internet, it was great. And then it was like no, so then it was not so great. But I think a lot of people's positive so far has always been the networking and the people that they meet from coming from streaming. I always think that's always a positive for me specifically, because as you said, meeting people that you wouldn't normally meet in general, because I know my personality offline and online are two different, but they're both me. I'm just being more expressive to people when I'm online, because I know that these people won't sit there and be like, this person is different. And I'm not going to be the way I am at work, because fuck those people. I want to work and go home. I don't got time to be expressive and all this other stuff. I'll say hi, maybe, I got to talk to customers sometimes. But at the end of the day, you people are not my friends. I don't see you when I get home.
At all.
You people don't care about what I do outside of work. You be trying, but at the end of the day, you will replace my ass.
Pretty much.
So I don't have time for that. What I want to do, and then I just go home. I don't have the time to be out here in the streets trying to find people to, talk to. And, when you streaming and playing games and stuff, you skip such a big process that you have to do in real life when it comes to meeting people, because a lot of people in general will share a little bit about themselves through gaming, share their personalities, how they talk, all these other things, and then at the same time that you grow. When you are outside of that, you gotta be like, oh, my name is this, I was born here, I'm pretty much a good guy, but how would I know, And I think gaming really takes the gaming and doing things outside of, doing things on Twitch or in content creation in general, really, you meet a certain type of person. You don't know if that's how they are outside of, streaming or whatever, but you can tell who are genuine great people that you should be around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the OnlyFans grew a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? In terms of that, because there's not a lot of people that just are able to go in there. There's people who have acts to get in there, but it's not a permission type of thing. Is the vibes right? Are they genuinely great people? You know what I'm saying? We know each other's names. We know each other's, I don't want to say place. We know each other's names. We know each other's numbers. We got a little thing going on there. People feel more comfortable around like-minded people, right? And it's really hard to figure out what is on people's minds when you first meet them. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm sitting here playing a game, Fortnite, for instance, I'm playing Fortnite. Somebody in the chat is like, "Hey, can I play Fortnite with you?" I'm gonna be reluctant to do that, but I'm trying to be more open to doing that type of stuff because I don't want to hear somebody be like, "Yeah, you Negroes," you know what I'm saying? Like, and then white, like I don't got time for that. Like, oh, you having fun? No, so I don't want that, and that's one of my worries as well because you just can't be inviting anybody to your group, your friend group, streaming group. So meeting more and more black people specifically right now and being able to be yourself around them and, and then you network with them and you're able to grow because being a minority on anything and everything right now sucks. And somebody else said it, but there's so many black people on Twitch. There are just so many different types of groups. I think it might have been, it was either Phenomenary James or TB. I don't remember. I don't think it was TB. But there's so many, I think it was James. There was so many different types of minorities. There's black people on Twitch, but they're all in so many different sects. It may not have been James. It was somebody, but there's so many different sects that we have, and we're not together, if that makes sense. Like, we exist, but we have so many different types of groups that we have to be in order to grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of people connect, because there's a lot of people I know that's in a different type of group that may be much bigger than the group I'm already a part of, but I know them. And it's like, oh, you know that person. Yeah, and I see them in a different channel or whatever it is, but and that's how small I want to say that community is, but that's how small the communities that we have are. If I just randomly go to some different person's channel and I see you in there, I'm like, damn, this is a small world. I would have never thought Big Tex is in here. I had that problem with Calvin. Yep. I had that problem with Calvin. When I first met Calvin, I'd be like, oh, I met Calvin through Dark. And I did not go be in somebody else's channel, Calvin and that motherfucker. What you doing here, Calvin? Or a couple of hours later, Calvin, another stream I had never been in before. Like, what, you here too? So, yep. It's just that connection, which is always important. But, being able to grow with more people is always exciting because you have more people to play games with. You have a variety of people to play games with because everybody's games may not be, shooters. Everybody's games may not be racers. Everybody's games may not be horror, whatever aspects, or fighting games and stuff like that. But you just have so many different people that could fit in that demographic, but your content gets that little bit of spice. We appreciate you, Calvin. Thank you. But yeah, in terms of negative, oh shit. I know the internet, like I said, the internet is one of the biggest issues. I think those types, the whole of streaming, when it's OBS crashing and all this other software and hardware stuff, all that can be fixed with money.
Yep.
That's it. A lot of issues on Twitch it can be fixed with money. I mean, on stream and content creation can be fixed with money. Money don't bring you happiness, but it brings you ease, and sometimes ease leads to happiness. So, yeah. I was going to say if y'all had any questions for Big Tex to put it in the bubble, but apparently y'all bubbles don't be working. But if you have a question for Big Tex, you can ask now. I mean, I have a couple more questions left, so you can definitely ask him a question. I'm going to ask him what his beard routine is, or, why he had like a whole shrine to Fireball on his back wall there, or, it ain't there no more, but it usually is. He just took it off. He hiding it now.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, you can ask your question and I'll do it. But I guess because the question thing isn't working, I don't know why. But while I ask y'all questions, I'm gonna go into my next question, which is, what is the unique quality in your content that cannot be found anywhere else?
My unique quality that can't be found anywhere else. I'm gonna go out there and say, if I had to say anything, 'cause that's a very broad spectrum I could go from. I'm gonna probably say my music. When I say my music, I mean music that I've made, not my music selection, but my actual music that I do. You're not gonna find it anywhere else, because nobody else have my music but me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I can say that's pretty much unique. You're gonna always hear something new and different on my channel. When you come in, you're gonna vibe out. And hear stuff you probably would have never thought to listen to, like, oh, can you get that to listen to? I would have never thought to listen to that kind of genre of music, because a lot of people just want to stick to this small bubble of music. If it's not rap, hip hop, or R&B, they pretty much tune that shit out and don't want to listen to it. So I expose people to different avenues of music, try to broaden their horizons a little bit. So that's one thing I would say.
Okay.
That's pretty much unique.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I've seen my thing is I don't listen to a lot of music on my streams for me because it really depends. I don't normally stick to like stuff I can actually listen to. I like rap. I like hip hops. You know, I like the jiggity jag. You know, these days. I like the two-step, you know, but at the same time, maybe I would listen to country, but I don't like country. That's the one thing I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I can listen to anything else. Well, not everything else, but
Yeah.
country has always been the weak. You said I hate it here. Country has always been my weak spot when it comes to music. Now I haven't really sat down. I could listen to some songs, but not everything. I'm not gonna sit there and live into. I don't really know any musicians in the country business right now. There's a Gavin DeGraw or something like that, or McGraw. Is it McGraw?
Tim
Whatever. His name is Gavin. Was it Tim McGraw?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't. I know his name. I don't know anything.
I didn't hear that there was a black country singer by the name of Darius Rucker who used to sing with Hootie and the Blowfish. I didn't know. I'm like, interesting.
I didn't know that either. Maybe I'll listen to some of that. You know what I'm saying? I always like to support, you know, some black people. Not all black people deserve my support just because they're black. But I like to support black people. I like to give a listen to. If it's good, I'll listen to it. You know, if it's bad, I'm not gonna give it. I'm just not gonna. You are allowed to like and dislike whatever you want. It's a free country. Thank you for asking the question, Queen. I appreciate you. I'll ask that. We'll get to that question in a second. So when you say your music, you talk about music you make or music that you just find on the internet that you enjoy that you share with other people?
Music that I actually make.
I figured that's what you was meant to saying, and now we'll get into that in a second. So hold that thought. I'm gonna ask Queen's question. Queen said, if there was one game you could play and it was the only one you could play, what game would it be?
One game that I could play. That was the only game I could play. What would it be? Damn, that's a damn good question. Oh, man, on top of that. That's a tough one. So
take your time.
Damn.
God damn it.
I could just pick one game. I got to play that game. That's the only game I could ever play.
Yep. I don't know why she asked this really terrible.
Does it have to be a specific game, or can I just choose like a game that's pretty much in a series of games? Like that's the only title I can play that's in that franchise.
I'm gonna say it's the only title that you can play. You're stuck with that one game for the rest of your life.
Dream, I'm gonna deal with you later. Damn, that's
let them think about it.
One game, just one game. Of course, it's gonna be a shooter. That's a given. It's gonna be a shooter. Just gotta think of a shooter that I just want to play over and over. Okay, you know what? I got one. It would have to be Division 2.
Division 2.
Yes,
I
I love
know.
Division 2.
I know. I know. Mag, if he was still in here, he'd be playing the shit out of that. That's another person who can play Division 2 with Tex. But why that specifically?
Well, the tactical feel of it, pretty much like a lone wolf, because I'm going to play solo if I ain't got nobody to play with. It's open world, constantly changing, so there's always something for me to do. So I can see myself playing that and not get bored with it, because it's always something else for me to do. It's always somebody else to shoot. Not like one of them games you get to the end and that's the end of the game, start all the way back over. I don't already beat the game at least once, and I'm going back through it again, and I'm still having the ball playing. I'm not bored.
Okay. I
I
don't
see
know.
myself putting a lot of hours in.
Well, I haven't played Division 2 in a long ass time, but I do have it. I just haven't played in a while. So, if you need a co-op person, I'm your man, even though you will die.
And no weed.
That's crazy. You're just gonna leave me in a bad body bag. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna die with you though. I'll try to save you. I ain't gonna die with you.
Okay, you say that, but you also said you was gonna be late. So I don't know if I can trust you, but it's cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm letting you know.
Look, I was here at 5, looking at this, waiting for you to pull me into it. I just so happened because you wasn't live, and all of a sudden I refresh it. Oh, he's live. Let me click on it. Okay. I said I've been invited. Oh, back once you join. I'm like, this nigga. I think he did it on purpose. That's what I think he did. He did it on purpose. Like he said he wasn't gonna be late. This nigga late, y'all.
Nah. You can't blame me for that. I didn't do nothing. I don't know what J-Rock's question is about, but he said at what cold temperature. J-Rock said, at what cold temperature do you like the balls you dip in your whiskey cup?
J-Rock, you can go to hell, go to hell, go to hell. And if you ask another stupid question, you already been warned already what I'm gonna do. Strike one.
He said I'll strike one, J-Rock. Moving on. So we talked about a little bit about your music. So the next question is, what other hobbies or interests do you have outside of Twitch?
Cooking, hunting, going to the gun range, making music, building, pretty much just gaming with friends. But some folks don't believe I do read. I don't like to read, but if it's a book that's historically based or whatever, I will read it. I enjoy historical based literature. But mainly, what I do in my free time, I'm either cooking something or I'm in here making music in my free time. And coming up with ideas that I can use on Twitch, talking to different people, trying to figure out what can I do with my limited setup for Twitch to make my shit just that much interesting or better with the limited resources that I do have now. So those are my hobbies.
Okay. I mean, in terms of making your Twitch better with the limited resources you have, the best thing to do is just get your talking up. Because talking is the bread and butter of Twitch. I should have did that before I started streaming a little bit more, but I don't talk much outside of Twitch, and I talk more than I do in Twitch, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool that you implement your music into your stream. What kind of music are you doing? You're not doing country, are you?
No, I forgot who. Oh, that was Radical. Radical says, yeah, I know any music that you do is going to be country. I'm like, no. But it's pretty much all over the place. It might be some hip hop, might be R&B, it might be rap, it might just be some instrumentals that just help you relax and mellow out and vibe out, and take de-stress or whatever. So I'm pretty much making music that like de-stress people, so they can chill out, and make music for people's podcasts, YouTube videos. People want to use music for TikTok, so it's pretty much whatever that person wants to listen to or whatever I think feels good. That's what I'm gonna make them put out.
Okay. Damn, I forgot my question. Well, with all the stuff that you do in outside of that, out of Twitch, a lot of that stuff that you are already implementing, whenever you get a computer, you should implement it even further. We want some cooking streams. We want some music making streams. We want to see the everything that you do behind it. We want to know what your favorite recipe is when you cooking. We want to see you in an apron, no underwear on, no clothes, just bare ass out on Twitch. Because who gonna stop you? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
TOS. Get
I
my
mean,
ass
you're not
canceled over
wrong.
here.
I mean, you're not wrong. We appreciate your questions.
Oh, that's another thing. If I do get a PC, I didn't realize this until after the fact. I made a Kick, but I realized you pretty much need a PC to stream on Kick. There's no way to do it like they do it on Twitch. So once I get the PC, there's no TOS over there on Kick, so I'll be migrating over there, doing back and forth deals.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to do Kick. I just don't feel like logging off of my OBS for my Twitch, because that's a long ass process. I don't feel like doing just to switch back and forth. I can't just have two at the same time, which I wish I could. There are two questions in the bowl. James asks, how long did it take you to grow your beard? Not the baby boy scene.
It took me a few months.
Only a few months?
Yeah.
I wish I could grow my beard a little bit longer. It just don't. It stopped. Yeah. It stopped
my
where it's
hair
at.
grows pretty fast, so it didn't take long once it started growing to actually grow out. So I haven't had a haircut or had this trimmed up in about 2-3 months. Okay. I'm not one of those people that have to go to the barbershop every week or every other week. I go every other month.
Max said, what game are you waiting for on 2023?
Tekken 8.
What game?
Tekken 8.
Oh, Tekken 8. Okay.
Yes.
Just Tekken? No Street Fighter?
I'm not a real big Street Fighter fan. Never have been.
Okay.
Fighting is too stiff for me. I'll play it, but I ain't finna shove out the money for it. If it go on sale or whatever, I'll cop it in. But until then, that's a negative.
I would definitely play Tekken 8 eventually once I get the character I want if they arrive. But till then, I'll stick to 7.
Who you trying to get? Who you waiting on?
Leroy.
You actually like Leroy?
Yes, I play Leroy. That's my character. That's my boy. Yeah.
I mean, he's nice, but...
No, I mean, Leroy is a great character. I use him. I've beaten a couple of people a couple of times. I haven't played Tekken on my PS4 yet to play against everybody else that's on PlayStation. But when I come back around, know that I have been practicing a little bit, and I'm not bad. Just saying. It's the only character I bought on Tekken 7 on PlayStation. Look, when I beat your ass, Tex, I want to hear nothing.
Keyword, win, because Sinful Jewel, you ain't here, you going to get your ass whipped on MK later, just putting it out there.
I will never play Mortal Kombat. I'm not good at that game. I'm not good at Mortal Kombat.
You ain't got.
That's a lot of work.
Not really. Just mash buttons, bro. Just mash the buttons. And as long as you know how to block, just wait for an opening.
No. Hell no. I got my ass beat by Queen. She gave me mercy. Then Cortez beat my ass again. Never again. I ain't got time for that shit. Never again. Anyways, never again. We're good. We're good. You said you're ready? You try to play Mortal Kombat?
Yes,
good luck.
Get that whooping again.
Good luck.
She gonna need it.
Why are you beating on people? That's crazy. Who got time, J-Rock? What are you talking about? Who got time? Anyways, what would you tell someone who wants to start content creation?
Take your time, research. It's not gonna blow up overnight. Just don't sit there and try to compare yourself to what how the next person is and get discouraged because you're not as great as that person right there. Because when I started out, I didn't have a camera. Internet was shitty. It was just straight from console straight to here. Then I started, you just got to take baby steps. People like to see the growth, not see you already with all the bells and whistles. Because some people with all the bells and whistles, content is bland as fuck. They just got a lot of bells and whistles that keep people coming there, but their content, they're not putting out much that's worth anybody. Some people just show up like, okay, I get this kind of redeemed, or if I do this, he'll do this, or they want the special effects and shit like that. Some people who got the most basic setups put out better content than people that got the high dollar shit. Just take your time. And most of all, be yourself. Network. Network is key. Dark Soul taught me that a long time ago when I first started. Said, make sure you network. And so I was like, okay, cool. So a lot of people might not know me personally from any of my streams, but they know my name. They see me in so many different chats. I'm everywhere in these Twitch streets. So they know me by my name and like, okay, I've seen them here, I've seen them there, I've seen them there, but nobody's ever really just seen me stream. But at least my name is out there in one way or another, in a good way, not a bad way. So just be yourself. It's going to take time. So I never thought I was going to get to where I was going to be. When I started, I think I might have had 2, maybe 3 people actually tuning in. And now I got almost 400 followers, which I never thought I would have made it this far, to be honest with you. So just a dedication, just take a lot of dedication, hard work, and most of all, just be yourself. People want to see you for you, not no persona you put on or somebody trying to emulate. Just be yourself.
Right. No, I mean, you're definitely right about the simplest of streams are one of the best. I've seen, I don't think I mean, I would say, I don't know who I'm thinking of who has a simple stream, but, you know, there's always somebody that got a lot of bells and whistles. You know, when I stream, I don't have a lot of shit on my wall because I don't have any space. I can't drill in the wall because I rent this apartment. But, you know, with the PlayStation buttons in the back and all the glowy lights and stuff. A lot of the glowy lights is just for you, not for the people. I mean, I do have my own glowy light, which is this light here, and I have a light down here because I can't fit it on my table. But at the end of the day, I only have them obviously for people to see me, but no one would know this, but my computer glows. It has lights in it. Does it matter? It could have no lights. No one sees it. I mean, I did try to put it in my stream, like when I first came back from streaming after like a week, and I had reset my whole computer desktop, or my whole table. But then I was like, why am I trying to fit my computer into my camera when nobody can see me specifically? It's about me, not what my computer look like. And I also have lights under my desk, which I never turn on. But I have those. Who's going to see that? Me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't expensive. It was like $20 or something. I had a friend fix it up for me, but I never turn them shits on. And then when I turn it on, if I ever turned it on, it'd be at late at night, and I'm just like, hey, turn that shit off. So I just unplugged it. It's like, what's the point of the lights? It's for you specifically. But people think that you got to have all the lights and stuff to be a great streamer and all this other stuff. But that's what visually make people want to come to your stream for some people. But it really depends on who you are. And it really depends on what your stream look like. You know, your stream could look, excuse me, when you have like the overlays, you don't want those basic ass overlays that they sell you on Stream Elements or Streamlabs or whatever the fuck it is, but to make your own, and it just fits. And it's one of the things that I like about Dark. For those who don't know, the Dark 25. When I started going to his stream, when I first met him around that time, I noticed a lot of people would come into his streams. I'm pretty sure they still do it now. But a lot of people come to his streams like, man, I was searching through Twitch and I saw your overlay, like I saw you specifically and all this other stuff, and I thought it was like, man, that's really cool. And that was it. And they stuck around. I don't know, I can't really tell you if they, who it was or whatever, but that was all it took. And then his personality let them in, kept them around. Dark, you're going to play this game next day, whatever. So these people that I know they always have some type of inspiring way of how they stream. But if you put a lot of money into your streaming, you better not expect the same money. You better not expect a lot to get a lot out of it, especially money wise, because like I said, the money look great when you get it. But I know last year was a terrible time on Twitch for me. The first year was great. Yes, it was terrible. This year hasn't been so great. But I haven't really been looking at my subs and stuff like that. It's just been about me getting more follows. And like you said, for your negative, when it comes to this follow for follow, I think I did like 1 or 2 follow for follows when I first started. But then I was like, this is stupid. Why am I following you? I don't even like your content. You know what I'm saying? And when people get down to that part of the streaming or content creation, you get discouraged because you really want genuine friends or genuine connections with people, and that's why having that networking, as you said, is important. But a lot of people network for the wrong reasons. A lot of people would join a person's not Twitch. A lot of people would join a person's Discord to say, hey, oh, you got a self-promotion channel? Let me use that. I'm streaming, but never show up to the person that they're, in that person's stream. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as you are also participating in that person's stream that you're supposed to be participating in. Show that love to that person. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to grow, but, you have to show that love too. And I always tell this to people, it's very hard to do all that at once, but everybody has different ways of doing it. I am very bad at networking, considering who I am and how I do things and what I'm doing at this very moment. But, there isn't a lot of downtime for myself. Then I try to take that, and then I'd be so tired. And then there's people that are like yourself, that's just be at everybody's channel at one time, and you'd be like the Flash, like typing back and forth, you paying attention to all these things. Calvin does it too. You too, Calvin. And there's just people that can do that type of thing. And that's not a bad thing. That's something I wish I could achieve. But if I'm in one channel, I gotta be in that channel. But I'll still be in somebody else's channel. But having a conversation with like 4 or 5 people, there is 26 people in the OnlyFans. Okay? At least 4 or 5 or 6 of those motherfuckers go on stream at the same exact time. And I'd be like, damn. And then I want to stream. So I'm like, damn, I want to support you. So I got 6 channels in the back while I'm streaming, lurking on my other computer, and I'm also streaming as well because I can't participate. So it's a lot of motherfuckers that I want to support. And outside of that, there are many more people that I know that I want to support. So support is hard, but it's not. And I think we fall short sometimes. I know I do. And it's something I do work on when it comes to the support part of networking. It's always great to meet a lot of people, but do you support them? Do you show them that you care? And are they doing the same for you? You know what I'm saying? And I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt because I also, you got a job, you might have a family, you might not even like my content. You know what I'm saying? But support could be lurking, support can be sharing, liking, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, the biggest support that we need as streamers are the support of the viewers, not other streamers. Just strictly viewership. That is very hard to get a person that's not trying to grow on Twitch to join your stuff. There's a couple, but they're mostly children who are already in a hot tub stream or Kai Sanat stream or wherever they are. They're just not down there where we are. A lot of people who are stream or viewers on Twitch, when you are first starting out, your first 10 followers or whatever, those are also streamers. It's very rare that they're just strictly viewers, but yeah, it's tough. I was going off a tangent, wasted time. So any future or current projects you would like to share besides buying a PC?
I got a lot actually. I got to get with Queen because we trying to put together a Call of Duty tournament that's gonna have a cash prize. We have yet to sit down and go over any details and try to set it up. I'm trying to set up a. I was talking to Wiz and Crew a while back, trying to set up like a game show type stream, The Masked Singer that they got on TV. I'm trying to do something like that. I want to do podcasts and mainly a lot more collaborations. Me, Big Dog, J-Rock, Queen, and a few others. We collaborate, play games together. So that's another reason why I want to get the damn PC. So that way I don't have to. So that way I can actually stream the multiplayer games that we're actually playing. So that way it's not just one person or two people streaming what we're doing. Everybody can stream what we're doing. Because if I try to stream it, it's gonna lag. It's gonna make me not even want to do it. So that's the main reason why I need the PC. But those are those are my current projects that I'm working on right now. So that I feel like sharing at the present moment.
Okay. As y'all heard, he has stuff in the pot. So please do follow Big Tex if you haven't yet, and on his Twitch and his Instagram. So when he actually streams, you'll be there. I think that's the only question. Well, that was technically my last question.
I need to get better at doing that because I think somebody told me this last year. And Job surprisingly helped me out. Him and Crew and Kurt with making flyers and posting on IG when you actually going live versus just actually going live and hoping somebody gets the notification. You can actually post what you're doing on IG, advertise so that way people know about it, and that way it gets them a chance to show it versus, oh, I didn't get your notification. Oh, I'll catch you next time type deal. So that's another thing. Also, my 2-year affiliate anniversary is coming up in June, and I got to do these fucking hot challenges, which I'm not a fan of right now. I got 3 of them I got to do in 24 hours. So make sure y'all tune in. If something happened to me, just tell them I did it for the community. I did it for y'all. Because the shit might not end well.
You got other questions, but you're being blackmailed to not ask them. I'm not stopping you from asking them. You can ask your questions, whether they be answered or not.
Exactly.
I mean, whether that they be answered is the real question. You got one question. You better ask your one question, J-Rock, before the end of this interview. What's your question, my friend? Excuse me. But I try to start doing that to make sure people are aware of what I'm doing. I try to do it on Twitch. I try to do it on Twitter, and I try to do it on IG. But I look at my numbers, like where people are coming from for my stream, and they're all over the place. They're not really just like specifically in one area. Because I'll tell people, hey, I'm going live the next day, or like I do, for movie nights. I tell people I'm doing this movie on movie night. Not everybody that says I'm going to be at movie night comes to movie night, even though I post, whatever I post. So it's not a definite thing, but I still try. I stopped trying to post on IG stories and say, hey, I'm live right now. Or my Twitter will do it rarely, but my Twitter is automatically posts that I'm streaming, but it doesn't have that that juice. It doesn't have that sauce that it needs when I post. It doesn't have like a cute picture of me, smiling in my apron with my ass out, while I'm cooking type deal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting the viewership that I want. But in terms of that, it's just, Mac of All Games is live. And I need to stop, and that's why I turned it off originally, because it became a problem for me, because it's just a generic thing. And the way that the IG and Twitter and TikTok work is that they don't show the most recent stuff all the time. You gotta force it to do it, and it still reverts back to not doing that. And that's why I miss a lot of stuff. And as a person, I talked to somebody about this before, as a person that follows, if you follow over 10 people or over 100 people, you are not about to see 100 people's stuff at once on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, in order. and that's what's tough. And they have that on Twitter where you can show the most recent or whatever, but because of like IG, I'll see something or TikTok. A lot of TikToks that I'll be watching, unless you go to the person's page, I'll be seeing stuff back in February. I'm like, damn, I missed this. Or even on Twitter, I'd be like, I missed it. I was like, oh, this was posted. You know, somebody had posted, oh, they were live, and I had missed it 16 hours ago. I wake up in the morning, and I was like, oh, man, I didn't even see that, so I couldn't even share that they were streaming. IG is a whole different story. I don't live in New York. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, IG is a different breed. I do see people's stuff, but, again, it's like so many people at once that I don't see. And that's why, you know, I don't get a lot of viewership on there. Because I know out of 100 people, I'm 1 out of 100 people that these people see every day. And if you are somebody that follows a bunch of fucking accounts, I may never come up. And that's why you got to keep posting clips and everything and all that other stuff, as long as you get your content out there. Because a lot of people, I noticed, this happened earlier today, or like for the last 2 weeks, I made a video about this Michael Myers game that I played last year. And I got like a couple of likes on it. I'm like, I haven't played this game since last year. Y'all seen it now. So I know my clips are being circled around. People will look at it but may not like it, whatever. But as long as I have clips out there, somebody's going to see my content. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing I could do is not post content and not be out there. So, yeah. J-Rock didn't have any more questions because he's wasting my fucking time, but it's cool. Anyways.
I need to start doing some editing and actually posting clips of my gameplay from my streams and stuff. I need to learn how to do the editing shit as well. Because I don't edit nothing. Last thing I tried to edit, I took a 2.5, maybe 3 hour video and summed it down to like 16 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this should have never seen light of day. Not going to happen. I'm about to sit and watch this shit for 16 minutes. Ain't going to happen. So I got to get better at doing that. And I gotta get better at posting on Twitter because I don't post shit on Twitter at all. Nothing. Not
I don't. I only do it because I'm either posting and liking somebody's stuff, or I'm just trying to be more active in other regions of life. You know, whether it's gaming or movies or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, or something somebody else posted. Another streamer is doing well, or doing something, or they're going through something, whatever it is. I try to comment and make sure that my niggas is okay, basically. But yeah, I tell people, like, get your clips out there. Don't falter. Let's get Gamma. Welcome in. Anyways. We got, why is my time wrong? Whatever. Anyways, your last question, because we only have 30 minutes before this mold thing happening, which we know Gamma is it, or Ja. Your last question is, do you have a question for me? That's your last question.
What has been your proudest moment as a Twitch content creator?
Damn, that's a hard. What has been my most proudest moment? Damn, there's a lot of moments, I feel like. Damn, that's a good one. Proudest moment. Proudest moment. Damn, there's so many different ones. I went to go do the content. Welcome in, Doug. Thank you, Gamma. I think for me specifically was when I did the Scorching Subathon. Which I told somebody I was supposed to do that again this year, but that was a lot. That was my first subathon. It was a month-long subathon, and for every sub, I ate a ghost pepper chip. And I hate spicy shit. And when I reached the 45 subs that I was going for, I had to eat one of those hot single motherfucking chips that I can't remember right now. The one chip challenge chip. Yeah, that one. So I had a shit and throughout the entire stream that for that specific stream that they finally reached that goal, I had a shit ton of ghost pepper chips inside me, and I had that one ghost pepper chip. And everybody was excited to see me suffer. I had a shit ton of yogurt, And I was also going to stream with stream with ABG, Foe, and Sora. Oh, and Pixie was there too. I think he was playing Devour. And I have the clip. I was suffering. I was on fire. I was dying. My stomach was hurting. I had the clip somewhere. I had to get the clip so I could post it to Stream Elements content creation thing, and hopefully to get that. Fuck you all for saying that ghost peppers are good. Ghost peppers are trash.
I did that one chip challenge and I almost fucking died on stream. I almost died that night.
Oh yeah.
I'll never do it again.
I didn't do it last year. He said, yeah, because you don't ever ask to stream with me. What you mean? Who are you talking about? What you talking about, Wiz?
We got to talk to you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Wiz. You know we be streaming together. Yeah, I clipped you and made a meme. I can send them to you. Send them to Big Tex. Don't send it to me. I got my clips. But yeah, I think I say it was my proudest moment because a lot of people came around to support me in that endeavor. Not just the whole dying part, but throughout the entire month, people came in, get on KO, and my DMs be empty. I haven't played KO in a bit since the last time I played KO. Look, you know where my DMs be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's a two-way street. However, I haven't gotten on KO for a bit. But yeah, that support that I got throughout the entire month. And even when I started dying, because I did die. I threw that entire chip and everything else out of my body up. And I was shitting fire for a good 20 to 30 minutes. And people were like, are you okay? Because I walked away from my stream for a bit. I was gone. But I finally came back and I was okay. But for that entire week or two, my stomach, like my entire stomach area was on fire. And it just felt painful, like I was dying. So, yes, subathon this year. Because I'm fucking stupid. Anyways, don't ever do that again, Big Tex. But it was a good time. But however, I will increase. Come caught me up. Facts. I will increase the amount of subs that I would get before I do that. The ghost pepper chip. The crazy part is the ghost pepper chip was delicious. It's okay. It tasted good. It's just the fire that come after it. But yeah. That was my proudest moment. I felt the love from the community. I felt the love from the OnlyFans that came through. I felt the love from people that I'd never even met before. You know what I'm saying? That was big ass support. And I've been trying to continue to do that for other people. You know, when I got the funds and shit, because I'd be broke. But, you know, you don't just support with your money. You know what I'm saying? But that will think that would be it. That was my proudest moment. I love y'all niggas. Anyways. Big Tech said he's streaming on Saturday, so if you're not following him, make sure you do follow him so that when he streams on Saturday at 8:01 p.m. because he's never on time. 4 p.m.
Anywhere between 4 and 4:30. So Mac,
4:30.
I'm gonna put you on blast. I'm just tell you that now.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what happened, J-Rock. I was eating ghost pepper chips the entire month and a shit ton before that, and that's why I died.
What was you thinking? What was going through your head when you did that?
Money.
Strange shit supposed to do for a buck. Ain't that something?
I could have been sucking dick on a corner. I ate chips. Leave me alone. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. However, make sure y'all follow Big Tex. Appreciate you, Tex, to, taking your fireball, shine off the fucking, wall and coming through for the interview and taking the time and energy to, share your views and your stuff. Excuse me. Make sure y'all support Big Tex's PC fund because you need one so you can join the rest of us on the PC gang. Why y'all judging? God damn, y'all so late. I'm definitely getting these messages late. God damn. Anyways, but no, I appreciate it. What is Big Tech's Twitch? Tex, do you have your Twitch on your IG?
It should be. My Twitch is the same as my IG. It's the exact same.
You wanna? Never mind. I'll do it. I might be able to do it. Hold up. I got hands. Is it 9:30 or 9:80? Not 8:30. I'm good. I'm smart.
I did
There you go.
it that quick.
But you ain't
Okay, well, you
put the
put the name.
TTV at the end of it.
Well, I ain't got time to do all that damn shit. I put the name shit.
God
Twitch,
damn.
God damn.
Make sure you follow Big Tex. He's the only person with the last time played 7 months ago on his Twitch.
I have not played since November 17, 2022. I have not played since my birthday. I have not streamed since my birthday.
Exactly. So boost him up. He in the 400s. Get him to 500. Get him to excited so he can do a 12-hour stream like myself for Twitch.
I think I'm
And
doing 24 hours for my 2-year anniversary. I think I'm trying to get through the whole 24 hours. Last time I didn't get through my 24 hours. My eyes got the burning and I couldn't take it no more. I had to shut it down. But that I took whatever energy I had, it took that shit and went down the toilet. So
yeah. No worries. You got it next time. Make sure you follow Tex on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch. Again, thank you for being here. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Tune into DJ versus Everybody's Twitch channel. He is having the Mole event at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is less than 20-something minutes. So tune into that because Tex should be there, I think.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Tex is gonna be there. We all gonna be there. We try and win $200. Obviously, Gamma is the Mole. I don't know what's supposed to happen, but definitely tune into that if you want to see more Big Tex. If you don't know, I heard he into Funyuns, probably. If you don't know DJ's Twitch, just go to.
Really big dog, really? Wow. Somebody eat that damn shit.
I think. I spelled it wrong. It's everybody. It's not everybody. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, go there. Follow them. I won't be streaming. I don't think it's a streamable event. I don't really care that much. I'm better off not that shit in my head. But you want to see more Big Tex, more of me? Go there. Thank you for being here. If you want an interview, please hit my DMs and say I want to interview because I need more people to interview. And there are people that I need to interview that I still need to interview as well. But these interviews are a lot. You said a great closer. Thank you. I'm trying to support everybody. Everybody's got to get support today. But again, thank you, Big Tex. Appreciate you. Make sure you get some water. All that drinking will get you fucked up. So
yeah, I already know.
we don't want you fucked up. I'm just saying. We don't want you fucked up later on. We need you.
Yeah.
We need you like right here.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't listening. He gonna keep drinking.
All right. To you, man.
He gonna keep drinking. We gonna have him. He'll be slumped over like this. I'm just saying. But yeah. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great one. Tune in later tonight. And peace.